Hey, what's going on everyone? This is BekBrace channel. My name is Amir. This tutorial is a response to a comment by one of our subscribers, Javier Harford. He asked if we could show how to pipe in commands from an external shell to a TUI app. Well, here it is. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a simple TUI application using Rust and Cursive. Now, I'm not sure if you have watched my Cursive crash course and the Pomodoro timer application that I've created and a lot of different methods that Cursive library has to offer. If you don't have the time to do that, you can follow along with me in this very short tutorial, and I'm going to try to explain everything as if you have never heard of Cursive before. Alright, and this little application, we're going to display the output of an external command. In this case, it's going to be a dir command in Windows, which is exactly the equivalent of ls command in Linux systems. And I think this is a great way to combine system commands with a user interface for some cool utilities. I'm going to show you a quick demo of what we're going to be doing, and from there you can create your own system commands applications. You can use all of the methods in the Cursive website to create whatever you want to create. All right. Also, I've received a couple of comments regarding Ratatouille, and in the community tab, well, let's go ahead and do it. I will wait for the result of the polls, guys, and if a big part of you guys that want that, I will definitely make a crash course, and I will give you also a project application. All right, enough with me yapping, and let's go ahead and create our project, and I'm gonna call it, so I'm in a folder called TUI-tut, and I'm creating a project here. So I'm gonna call it simply pipe, right? And let's cd to pipe, and let's open this with Visual Studio Code. First of all, what is Cursive library? Cursive is a Rust library that is used to create terminal-based user interfaces. That's what TUI stands for. TUI stands for Terminal User Interface, or Terminal-Based User Interface. And it's going to help you to do that in a very easy and efficient way. Basically, it provides various tools like views, dialogs, event handling to build text-based interactive applications. You can click on the mouse, you can hit on the keyboard, and everything is going to be very responsive. And with Cursive, actually, you can quickly create apps like dashboards, text editors, and more within the terminal. So that's basically what Cursive Crate is. And Cursive library provides the Cursive Crate, so that's the GitHub repo, but that's the Cursive Crate right here. You can use, well, actually in that crash course / Pomodoro tutorial application that I've created, I've used all of this as an introduction to what Cursive has to offer. Right, so let's get back to our Visual Studio Code. And let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do always in any Cursive application is to go to cargo.toml. So that's Cursive, and the version is 0.21.1. Awesome. Let's get back to main RS and let's delete all that. Well, actually, let's not delete it. Just delete the print hello world. So the first thing that you want to do, Javier and everyone, is to import the dependencies. You want to import some structs from modules from crates, right? So we're going to use the Cursive Crate, and we're going actually to use the views module. And from the views module, I want to have the dialog and text view. Minimize a little bit, text view. So these are the two things that we need to import. The dialog and text view are very useful. The dialog and text view are a must for TUI display elements. Okay. Next, you want to use from the Cursive, you want to get the Cursive and Cursive extra functionalities, or ext, like that. Right, so you're importing the Cursive for the TUI framework. Cursive itself has everything that you need from methods and so on, but Cursive Extra has extra functionalities that the Cursive Crate has to offer, or Cursive library has to offer. Right, be careful that Cursive is the crate with a small c. A crate is like a package, guys. So you're importing the package, and from the package you want different classes, for example, or structs. So you have here the Cursive with the capital C. This is a struct. This is a class which is very analogous to, you know, in Python, classes or prototypes in JavaScript. And also we have a trait here, and it tells you here that extension trait for the Cursive root to simplify initialization. Also, I want from the Rust standard library to access the process module and to get the command struct. Now, the command struct is of great importance. Without it, basically, you cannot do any piping. So we're going to import that command struct to execute all of the system commands that you're interested in, whether in Linux operating system or Windows operating system. For macOS, it's going to work more or less like Linux, but as the majority of my subscribers use Microsoft Windows, so we're going to do that on Microsoft Windows, and I'm going to give you also the equivalent commands for Linux or macOS. So these are the dependencies that we will need for our little application. Next, inside the public scope here, inside the main function, I want to create a new cursive root. That's the cursive application. Basically, you want to create a cursive object to use it in your application, throughout your application. It's going to be the main structure for the TUI framework, basically. So we're going to create that sieve, and that's going to be equal to cursive default. Right, so we have here the cursive object or application. So what I want to do basically is I want to pipe an external command, let's say dir, and dir, as I told you, is the ls in Linux and macOS, and you will hit enter. It's going to list or show you everything in your directory. We want to bring that output and display it in a TUI, right? So that's the main idea. I want, when I run my application, to pipe this external command to be displayed in that user interface. So what I want now is I want to declare a variable. I'm going to call it output. And output here is equal to the command struct. And from the command struct, I want a new command, cmd. So basically what you have done here with the command new is that simply you have set the command to run. But also I will need some arguments. So in the args, I want to concatenate, with the C directory. Don't forget, it should be a string, and concatenate it with dir command. So the dir command is going to list the directory contents in Microsoft Windows. But that's not going to be enough because I want the output basically. Right, so we're invoking the output method, and that's going to execute the command and capture its output. And finally, we're going to do some error handling by invoking the expect method. So the expect method actually is going to handle any errors during the execution. So we can pass a message here. We can say failed to execute command. And don't forget the semicolon because that's the end of our statement. That in itself is good, but you want to convert the output because it's going to be in a bytes form. You want to convert the bytes form into a UTF-8 string format for display. All right, let's go ahead and try to do that. So I'm going to declare a new variable called output stir, and that's going to be of data type string. And we have a method called from UTF lossy. Right? You will need that to convert that slice of bytes to a string to be displayed in the UI. And what we need inside, we need a reference to the output .standardout. But why actually we have used that from UTF-8 lossy? Simply to handle any potentially invalid UTF-8 data. Next, I want to add a new dialog layer to the TUI to display the command's output. That's our UI basically. And of course, we're going to use the dialog and the text view structs. Awesome. So we're done. We're going to just take the sieve.addLayer method to create that UI. And we'll have a dialog around it. We need a text view, right? And that text view is creating new output underscore stir. That's simply wrapping the text view in the dialog box. That's all what it is. But we need a title, right? So we need a title. We can say something here like, command output. And you will need also a button. We can say quit. And with the interface that s.quit. And don't forget the event loop. We need to start the TUI event loop, right? So for that, there is a method called run. Oops, that should be outside here. Right? This is the event loop, which is going to wait for the user interactions. And that's basically it. Before showing you the command, by the way, I can comment these lines out. So we can have also, maybe I can copy those lines and uncomment those lines. I'm going to keep it the same. And for args, we're having C. And instead of dir, I will have here, echo. So by the way, instead of command in Linux, you should type echo, okay? But as we are Microsoft Windows, we're going to type command. And we're going to say hello from external world. And that's it. You're going to have the output and to handle any exceptions. All right, let's go ahead and run that. Cargo run. All right, compiling. So far, so good. And there you go. Hello from external world. And if you will hit quit, you're quitting. Now you can delete the button if you want. You can run that again and it won't have any buttons. So you can do Control C to exit. Now we'll leave the button and I'm going to comment the hello thing out and uncomment those lines because that's what we're interested in, right? And let's compile again. And there you go, guys. You can see here, maybe I can minimize a little bit. You can see that we have our command output. So what you've actually done is that you have piped that external dir command and you have displayed the output of that command to your TUI. And that's it. We've just built a simple but powerful TUI application that runs a command in the terminal, displays the result right in the app. You can modify this, by the way, to run any command you like, making it perfect for system monitoring tools or custom shell utilities. I had even an idea to create something like get organizer, you know, for your repositories. So yeah, definitely there are a lot of ideas to implement using Cursive library, and yeah, feel free to drop your questions. Thank you so much, Javier, for your question. Guys, I always encourage you to write your comments, your questions, because eventually I can make videos and explain your concerns in, you know, separate small videos like this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Rust, TUI development, Python, and more. Thanks again for Javier Harford for the awesome idea. Thank you so much, guys, and until the next time, keep coding, and I will see you in the next video.